This is You, Me, and the Community on ASU-TV. I'm Candace Evans, Senior Career Advisor for the NYIT College of Osteopathic Medicine on the Jonesboro campus of Arkansas State University and host of You, Me, and the Community here on ASU-TV. Today, we are joined by our mayor, the mayor of Jonesboro, Mr. Harold Copenhaver, to discuss the always growing relationship between the city of Jonesboro and Arkansas State University. Mayor Copenhaver, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and chat with me today. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful.
Good. I like your tie.
Wonderful.
I don't think I
Thank you.
commented on it. It looks
Thank
good.
you. Well, my wife picks it out for me.
Yeah,
So.
she did good. She
Thank
did good.
you.
Awesome. So you have to tell us a little bit about yourself and also how did you even get the idea of running for mayor and then being elected?
Absolutely. Well, it's a long journey.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that God had a path for all of us. And through the years, I believe He prepared me for this journey. But going back a little bit, I've been a resident in Jonesboro for 53 years, so that's going to date me somewhat, okay?
Yeah.
But my father was in the military, and he earned his doctorate degree and got into education after a 25-year career in the military. And through that, that brought us to the city of Jonesboro in 1970. And so he was Dean of Fine Arts at Arkansas State University. That allowed me then, I was in fourth grade, and so I've grown up in this community. I've seen it grow from a population I'll never forget of 25,800 and something people. And the first thing I saw when I came in this community was Riceland Foods facility, and at that time it was the largest rice mill in the world, and it just mesmerized me.
Yeah.
But that was a key focus in our community at that time was education. We had health care, but farming was the foundation of that. And so through that process, obviously my education was through Jonesboro High School. I was in that system, Arkansas State University, and I just love this community. And I continued to learn from those in the community. And I did not serve in the armed forces, but I always felt like a commitment I needed to give back to the community. And so I had a love and passion for being out and volunteering and doing things and learning about our city.
Yeah.
And in doing so, I met a senator. His name was Jerry Bookout, and he served this community for over 32 years. And that's one of the reasons we have the Convocation Center, is because he was able to work with others in the state of Arkansas to get funding for many things that we have on Arkansas State University and in our community. So seeing his love and passion and understanding of that, he became a dear mentor of mine and a dear friend. And so as that continued, an opportunity after I've been married now for almost 41 years. Yeah. Married my high school sweetheart, and we are very fortunate to have 3 children. They all live here in the city of Jonesboro, and I have 4 grandchildren. And I can't say enough about what this community means to me. And it's the best community. It's a very benevolent community to raise a family in. And, you know, I just want to reach out and give back in every way possible. I was very fortunate to be elected to the House of Representatives to serve a portion of Jonesboro, because Jonesboro has grown now that there are multiple areas that you serve, but Arkansas State University was a part of that. And in doing so, I made many additional relationships and friendships. And truly, when you're with another 134 individuals that represent their communities throughout the state, you understand who they are, you know who they are. And when the opportunity came available for me to run for mayor, it's a big step. It's a big commitment, because nobody truly knows, and I didn't truly understand the full impact of what mayor role truly entails. But I knew, being a House of Representative member, that I could and represent my community in a bigger and stronger way and get things done and hear my community and be their voice. And so I was very blessed. My family said, yes, we would like you to run, because without their commitment and my wife's commitment, because they sacrifice, as do our police and fire and many other people that allow their family members to serve the city of Jonesboro. Without that support, I would not have run. But I'm very blessed to be there, and it's a big role.
Yeah.
We have over 600 employees, and I'm proud of each and every one of them. And I visit with them. I make it a situation to where when they get their 5 or 10 or 15, 20-year PIN, that they come in my office. I want to meet their family. I want to meet their children. I want to know about them. I want to hear about their stories and their life. And so we are a family. And so I'm just blessed at this time. We continue to move forward. You know, our list is really long of things that we're doing and accomplishing and moving forward with. And that's because the community's working together.
Yeah.
And I'm really synergized on that. So I hope that was a short answer to
No,
that.
that was great. That was great. So we're going to keep it moving. So I want you to hit on a little bit about the importance of the strong and thriving relationship between the city of Jonesboro and Arkansas State University.
Well, of course, I've understood it probably more than most, with my father being Dean of Fine Arts here for 17 years. I knew the faculty at that time. I knew the importance of that visibility, and then working together with the state legislature, as I did at that point in time with multiple presidents here on campus or chancellors here on campus, and Chuck Welch is the president of the overall system. Gaining that knowledge and friendship of how the university works is really beneficial to how then we can coordinate our efforts. And so I must say I was very honored to serve on the Chancellor Search Committee for our current chancellor on campus, Dr. Shields. And so that provided me the opportunity before others to meet and to find out about his background and his family. And again, what assets he was going to be able to bring to our campus, our students, and our community. And that relationship he and I have been building on, and we've continued that relationship. And I know you've probably got me a question or two later, so I'll fill you in on more stuff.
Yes, absolutely. So that's actually a great segue, because I wanted to know, what are some ways that you all are looking to improve the relationship with the city of Jonesboro and with Arkansas State?
Well, absolutely. I've always, a university and a community, all communities that have universities in them normally thrive. And that's because we've got to engage our students. It doesn't need to be a separate venture. It needs to be a joint venture. And so how do we do that? Well, we have to connect our students with our community, which means engaging them and have accessibility to our community. I was here when Arkansas State University, we drove through the university.
Campus,
The campus was open. And so that allowed the community in a lot of ways to see the students, what they were doing, the activities. We used to have our floats right in front of the Ring Center. The community would come down and watch the fraternities and sororities and independents all participate during homecoming week. And so we have to continue and open those relationships up. And our visits with Dr. Shields have been very positive, and I'm really pleased with, he gets it. He understands that community. And so with projects, it's important that I relay to him things that we're looking at doing in the city, and what can the university, or how would they like to participate in those, from joint efforts, the possibility of a flyover connection that would go over and connect Arkansas State University to downtown, a pedestrian flyover with bikes and walkways, so our youth can have accessibility. And then transportation, what can we do? I'm looking at getting a trolley at this point in time, and it'll be a connection piece from Embassy for our students to other parts of our community that they would have access to. But the other side of that is how do we engage our youth to have their home here? You know, the love and passion that I see when it comes from NYIT, the residents, when they're announcing where they're going off to serve. And I believe this last White Coat celebration, you had 6 that were going to be local. We don't understand the impact of that, but I do. And that's very key to keep our youth here. And, we have to engage our youth. And so I created a Mayor's Youth Council, and this will be the third year, and every year it's grown. And what that is, that's our 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. I'm trying to engage them not only in the city, but in our community. But the other side of that is I want them to come to Arkansas State University, get on our campus, see what engineering is like, see what nursing is like, see the opportunities that are right here in front of them. And I think a statement was made to me a little over a year ago. You can be born in Jonesboro and become a physician right here in Jonesboro and never have to leave. Not too many communities can say that anywhere in the United States. We have a lot to offer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now on the flip side, what do you think Arkansas State University can do to help the city of Jonesboro? Just improving those relations and then thinking about, I don't want to say too long term, but what are some things that you would like to see from the campus?
I think it's just an open relationship. I would love to see more youth being engaged, not only in our city, but in the community, our industrial partners, having those relationships through internships. Internships are really key because I don't think as a student sometimes you really understand what the real world is like until you're thrust into it in a job. And a lot of times that job doesn't happen until after your degree. So if we can engage our youth more into and we have 23 departments in the city of Jonesboro, from engineering, from planning, from accounting, HR. We can develop those skills and show them, much as you're doing here with radio and television. Many of the youth that go to our local TV station are right here from a product that Arkansas State University is producing. The more we can continue to gauge that, I'm all for it, and we're looking for any opportunity. And one thing that I always say to all of my employees is, if you have a problem, come to me with a solution. So if we're not seeing this engagement happen, let's create the solution, but we've got to have the communication. And I truly believe I was very blessed to have a State of a City address here within a past month. We had over 600 attendees. That's exciting. That's exciting because what that shows me is the community wants to engage itself.
Yeah. Awesome. So really quickly before we go to our commercial break, how can our faculty, students, staff, how can they know what's going on in the city of Jonesboro?
Well, we have a total communications team, and we do have a website, city website, and that produces information that we're always doing, but we're always trying to engage, and any improvements that we can always make, we're always looking for that as well. So again, we do have the city website. We are also on Channel 24. We repeat many of our city council meetings and all our public meetings. We show those, and then we have a talk show as well that my communications Bill Campbell, he's the director. He will do talk shows. So if anybody would like to show what they're doing on the university or an organization, they need to contact Bill Campbell, the city of Jonesboro, and he can do an interview, much as you're doing with me today, to engage our viewers what is happening on the university campus.
Awesome. So we're going to continue this wonderful conversation with the Jonesboro Mayor, Mr. Harold Copenhaver, right after this commercial break.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
Red Wolf Radio is a student-led organization at Arkansas State University wanting to hear your takes on pop culture, music, the news, and college life. Just about anything you can think of. Located in the Education and Communications building on campus, we are always looking for more volunteers. So if you're an Arkansas State University student, no matter the major, and this is something that interests you, shoot us an email at redwolfradio@astate.edu. That's redwolfradio@astate.edu. Let them hear you how.
At Arkansas State, we want you to go. Go where learning soars, takes flight, and rockets ahead. Go for experiences, internships, and scholarships. We want you to go. Become A-State Maine. Are you ready to go? Go.astate.edu for details.
Welcome back to You, Me, and the Community on ASU-TV. We are continuing our conversation with the mayor of the city of Jonesboro, Mr. Harold Copenhaver. Again, thanks so much for taking the time to sit down and talk to me.
Absolutely.
You've given us wonderful information. So we've talked a lot about individuals that are already at A-State in the city, but what efforts are the city making for recruitment for just A-State in general?
You know, I think that's key as well, and the collaborative nature that what we're willing to do, I think, is second to none. And it's important that faculty and any staffers or organizations, if they would like the city of Jonesboro to come out and visit with them, we're open to do that. I want and I ask my staff to engage themselves not only just locally, but outside of that as well in a region. So it's really key that Arkansas and the city of Jonesboro work with other communities as well. And I started a mayor's caucus, which basically drew in mayors from 7 counties. That's up to 50 mayors. And so now we visit and meet, and I hear about other concerns of other communities. And Jonesboro can't think anymore of Jonesboro by itself. Yeah. And it's just like the university. The university's gone to different parts of other communities and added 2-year universities to their areas. The city of Jonesboro has to work in a collaborative nature with other communities. And so as a region now, we have to think that way, and we have to work that way together, and we have to be more of one voice. Other parts of the state have done that. They've been successful. We've got to do the same thing, and we're doing that.
Awesome, awesome. So thinking about the region, like you stated, we now have a medical school here,
fantastic.
right on our campus. So tell me a little bit about how it's benefited the city of Jonesboro to have NYIT here.
You know, Candace, I was one of the few that was blessed at the beginning stages of this NYIT, and I met the founder from New York when she came in. I met her in Little Rock with Dr. Welch, and we were having the beginning stages and conversations of what NYIT could mean and would mean. And it's just blown those theories that it was even better than what we anticipated. Again, the opportunity. I've seen the original class come in, and I think there was around 115 or so. And now you're having applicants of 1,000 youth all across the United States apply for 120. You've expanded that, I think, at NYIT. But again, these are youth that are going to be in our community, some of which have never been here, and they're going to live here for 4 years. So we've got to engage them well of what we do and what we provide. And so I think that ongoing conversation, we've got to learn from the young people what they want, what they would like to see, how would their future, what would they like to live in and have that type of community. So NYIT provides the city of Jonesboro so many other things outside of just students coming here. And it provides them a future and an opportunity. So as we've seen the success of NYIT, I think we're going to see a success of a veterinarian college. Yes. Listen, this is fantastic. And what that does, that allows us to show that we need to grow in areas like our airport. We already have a small regional airport right here in Jonesboro, but we're going to expand it. We're going to provide access to that airport through a overpass and a direct road connection to that, to our university. We have got to develop accessibility ways in our community to have access to our park south of town. It's the second largest park in the state of Arkansas that's owned by a city. It's fantastic. We're doing 23 miles of off-road trails. Right now, we're building those for bicyclist enthusiasts. So we have to engage, again, at all levels, the university, because not only of the value, monetary value, but students, workforce, everything here, that opportunity for Jonesboro.
Yeah, awesome. So we've talked about the medical students. We talked about students here on campus. So tell us a little bit about the relationship with the Jonesboro school districts.
Well, Jonesboro School District, of course, I grew up in there. I'm kind of, I'm a hurricane guy. But, I was always proud in the legislature to be able to say that in Jonesboro, we are represented by multiple school districts. I believe we have the finest school districts in the state of Arkansas, because any child, regardless of what their interest is, they can find that opportunity right here in Jonesboro, whether it's Jonesboro, Nettleton, Valley View, West Side, Brooklyn, the opportunity. And again, my Mayor's Youth Council includes private school and homeschool.
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
it's an opportunity for all children, but Northeast Arkansas is an oasis when it comes to education. And they continue that education, and my goal is that they understand the opportunity for them right here in front of them with Arkansas State University. If they so choose, their direction might be a 2-year opportunity or in some other field. But again, Jonesboro, from an industrial partner standpoint, and raising a family, there's not a better place or community to do it in.
Yeah, awesome. So now just going back a little bit with our graduates, how important is it for the city of Jonesboro to kind of make a space for our graduates to stay here, live here, work here, thrive here?
Well, you say that, so I'll give you an example. I met a young man whom I didn't know that was an engineering major at Arkansas State University. And he applied at the city of Jonesboro to work in our engineering field. He did so. He worked there 2 or 3 years, but he got the foundation and the basis of his career. Well, now he is the head battalion commander of the 875th National Guard Unit right here in Jonesboro. And so we never know where your story is going to take you or what plan God has for you. But it's the same as me. I didn't know his plan, but he built these foundations. And I think it's important that our youth understand you're going to make steps, and sometimes they're the wrong ones, but you learn from those steps. And then how do we improve ourselves? And that's what Jonesboro, Arkansas State University, and our Chamber of Commerce, that's what people do here. We love our youth. We want that foundation for them. And so as we continue to move forward, I'm always looking for opportunities for our graduates on, like I said, they need to work with us to engage themselves. Ask questions. It's okay to ask. And because if there's not an opportunity, you'll find it somewhere else. But the opportunity is right here in Jonesboro. And trust me, I see it with industry leaders. They want our graduates to come to work for them. There's opportunity right here.
Yeah. So what made you stay here in Jonesboro? Once you said you went to A-State, you graduated. So what was the light that made you stay here in this community?
I think I never looked to go other places because I knew the people here.
Yeah.
And they make you comfortable. We have multiple churches, you have multiple products, you have different lifestyles that you can live right here in Jonesboro. And so I guess I'm kind of a creature of habit in some regards, but I did marry my high school sweetheart. Her family was here. They were in farming. I actually began my major in agribusiness. I love farming. And that has so many connections to Northeast Arkansas. That's the basis of what the university was founded on initially as well. And so agriculture is a big asset and a tool. So I always pride myself, though, on making youth know that there is still opportunity and a lot of opportunity to come. We are investing between the university and the city of Jonesboro and the citizens of Jonesboro, because this is taxpayers' money that we are spending on resources to provide opportunity for our youth in the future here. And I want them to engage with me. If they're interested in serving on a citywide community committee, they need to contact right at our website. Let me know your name. I will engage you. I want your ideas because this is going to be their committee one day.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what we're building, and that's why I engage the Mayor's Youth Council. I want to know what they want,
Right.
what their interests are.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what would be some advice? I would say like 3 solid things that you would tell graduates, or even we'll say the classes that are, we'll say sophomores, juniors, then going into senior year. What advice would you give them to stick around here in the city of Jonesboro?
You know, I think you always have to look for opportunity, and Jonesboro will provide that for you.
Yeah.
One word of advice that I always try to escalate that is really important is to listen and see. You can look around and see what the communities have, and everybody has a passion, and I would consider that they look in their heart and do what they love to do.
Yeah.
And whether it's for the needy, I say that Jonesboro is the most benevolent community ever. The 501c3s that we have here, it's about giving back. How do we take care of our own?
Yeah.
You don't see that across the country. A lot of times you're on your own, but not in the city of Jonesboro or Northeast Arkansas in general. I can call any mayor in the city of Arkansas and ask, and they would be there for our community and our citizens. So that's what I would say is go with your heart, but learn from what the community is providing you. If you think you've got an opportunity to make your community do it better, then do it.
Yeah.
Engage yourself wherever you are.
Yeah. That's good advice, and you heard it first. We are in a wonderful space, a wonderful community, and that's going to do it for this edition of You, Me, and the Community. I want to thank my guest, Mayor Copenhaver, for joining us today, sitting down and chatting with me a little bit. I also want to thank Instructor of Creative Media Production, Mr. Dustin Sullivan, and his students who are behind the scenes running the show. Thanks to engineers, Mr. Derek Herring and Clayton Hoderfield, along with graduate assistant Jacob Nee, for all their help as well. We'll see you next time for another episode of You, Me, and the Community. Thanks for watching.